So you can't do this right now. Can't do this right now, man. So I have cats, and there goes one through the screen. And is this gonna be number two? Oh, why are we doing this morning? Yeah. Okay. I just got off the phone with PNC Bank. I just got off the phone with them on the 30th. On the 29th, I don't celebrate none of those holidays. I don't celebrate Easter, New Year's, Christmas. I wasn't raised that way. And that's that. You know, I'm not calling them right or wrong for you. Saying it doesn't work. And my cats are killing me right now. Give me that, man. So, all right. So here's the bottom line of what's happening right now as it's happening. I'm not. You can't be too overly serious about things, but some things just aren't right. But some things just aren't right, right? Um, uh, my brothers and sisters and everybody's been sending holiday cards for Christmas. Like I said, I don't celebrate the holiday, and that's that. It's not even that important. But what it is happening is that New Year's is coming, and this is the first time that all of us have actually ever communicated together for the most part in our existence on Earth. And I decided to say, hey, what can I do that's kind of special, kind of different? I'm gonna I do a bit of photography, entirely amateur, entirely amateur. There's nothing professional about my photography other than it's dear to my heart. It's my passion project. So, over the pictures that are in my Google Drive, in my Google Photo Drive, I decided to start developing all of those, and I spent like a whopping $57 for some pictures to give to my family, myself, my child, myself, my life, which includes my kid as she's grown up, and just people, places, and things, all that kind of stuff. So I get to the point of where I pay for it. Default cards on the screen. I brain fart selected a different card that I had, and that is tied to my PNC debit account. I overdraw the account. Okay, there's a line in my face. I don't think it looks good for the camera. Boy, get off my leg, man. Let go. There's a whole cat down there. Let go. All right, so much for my angulation you just messed up, kid. So, order the things. I get a notice when I wake up in the morning. Hey, your PNC account's overdrawn. All right, cool, thanks. But it's overdrawn. It's literally overdrawn. Mind you, I did have money in my savings. Because like Kevin Hart said, it takes like a Monday to the Wednesday and a Thursday divided by 2, get the money back in the other account. So it happened, but I want to be responsible about it all. So I decided to get up off my tuchus and head down to the ViStar Credit Union, grab $100, put it in the PNC account so that it's covered. Okay, you, man. I get to PNC, I put $200 cash in, I'm on the phone talking to my mom, and I'm literally distracted because I'm trying to pay attention to her, but at the same time I'm also trying to fix my finances. Well, I stuck my ViStar card in at the PNC location, put the card in, I'm talking to my mom, blah, 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 stuck the money in, and mind you, yes, the screens are changing and they're different, but it's New Year's, or it's about to be New Year's, so who knows, the bank's doing some changes. As a matter of fact, PNC got bought less than a year ago or something, or a couple of years ago. ViStar just had a whole bunch of freaky stuff happen to them within the past 6 months with how their ATMs work. So be a human, right? Things happen. Be a reasonable human. Things happen. Just things change. So let's continue to move forward and, get the transaction done and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I get the receipt back. I'm reading the receipt. And then that's when I noticed that, whoa, this isn't right. Oh, no, I pulled the card out. I looked at the card. I'm like, oh, man, that's my other account. I put the money. Did I just put money into this bank with the other bank card? Ick. So I walk into the bank. I said to the teller, dude, come on, man. You're not. This cat never plays with this toy. This cat never plays with this toy. This cat never plays with this toy. He plays with the one that I've got in my hand right now. So I walk into the bank. I walk up to the teller. I said to the teller, I'm like, hey, it's like I'm like the only person in there. Anyway, so hey, good morning. Da 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 da. I just put money into the bank for another bank with this card. It doesn't belong for here. I said, is there a fee for that? And then the person at the drive-thru pipes up, yes, there is. It says it on the screen. Okay. Now, mind you, I did say I was distracted before, but I was distracted reading. I wasn't distracted reading. I was distracted because I'm listening to another person in my ear. And after having worked for America Online for a number of years, I am keenly aware of a thing that's called full disclosure. Full disclosure. You have to spell everything out when you're doing any type of transaction, especially in particular in this case, a monetary transaction. You have to be fully disclosing what's happening. Now, you'd say, why doesn't he just take and go do whatever with this device and this toy and get the cats from around him? I can't, because I don't want to press stop. And two, I think it's kind of funny. There he goes again. And I think my cats are cute. I love my boys. We've got Barry, I apologize, down there, my black cat. Barry, the Marine Corps psycho killer, who just ran in front of the camera. Yeah. Barry, as in Barry, the TV series. Yeah. And then there's my tabby, whose name is Hammer, who's named after Jan Hammer. His sister's name was Jan. His name's Hammer, who is Jan Hammer's the guy who wrote the music for Miami Vice, which was my favorite TV kids show. Dude, get out the way, man. Don't blink at me. Move. Excuse us. Move. Come here. Go. Get. All right. They're not having it. So, I was distracted in that I had my conversation. I was distracted initially in the fact that I didn't even recognize what card I'd put in. But the fact of the matter is that when I realized what had taken place, I didn't just say, oh, screw it, and take off. I wanted to figure out what was going on so I could know the full ramifications of the situation. I go in. Lady at the teller says she doesn't know the one who was speaking to directly. The other woman who's at the other window, she's at the drive-thru. She pipes up and says, yeah, here's this charge. It says it on the screen. I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't know that didn't see those words. So let's check it out. Let's resolve the situation first, because obviously I still have an account that's in deficit. I go back to ViStar, come back, go inside go to the ATM. Since the woman told me that it was on the screen, the words are on the screen, I decided to, let's go see what's on the screen. Those words aren't on the screen. It doesn't say that. It just says, hey, stick your money in, make sure there's no paper clips. That's it. And here's why. I got a customer service department complaint return call because of an action that I initiated later, and the person on that line said, she said, no, there's not a fee, right? Although she just kind of slid it in, right? There's no fee. There's a fee for if you do withdrawals. Da 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 da. I'm like, all right, cool. Back inside the bank, or back outside the bank, from the first interaction, I was also told, because it got to be a little hodgepodge conversation of whatever, when I said it, the person said, contact ViStar because they, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, no, yeah, no, whatever, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. So I get there, back inside the bank, I said, hey, because I wanted to resolve the first thing first. And the first thing first that was of a particular annoyance to me, or something that was of annoyance to me, this person saying something that is not accurate. We're saying that something's written on the screen. I can faithfully read and write. I'm not a really bad guy. I'm Aquarius, got 2 cats. I like to write. I'm work on writing a screenplay, and I work in a kosher restaurant as a chef. My IQ curve's pretty decent, right? So, man, she comes out. Said, "Is the person who?" I said, "Can I speak to manager?" That's right. I said, "Can I speak to manager?" The other person comes out, and she comes out from out of one of the offices, and she's like, "I digress. I asked to speak to someone." I was looking for the person who I'd seen it first. Oh no, I wasn't speak to the manager. I was asking to speak to the manager. And the thing about it was, I thought that the manager was the cashier, or the young lady who had always seen behind the desk. She's as old as I am, and I'm in my 50s, right? So I figured, if you look like you're in your 50s like I do, you might be a manager. Anyway, she comes out, and she's standing there, and then the other lady runs up and says, no, she's not the manager. And it's the lady whom I had spoken, who's piped up and given the information about the fees, the first visit. And so I'm like, oh, well, ultimately, this is the person whom my conversation is about, or who it should be with, and she's presenting herself. So I said, okay, I said, so, all right, good. I said, you said, remember earlier we spoke, you said that I'm charged a fee for the use of the ATM, and you said it was written on the screen. I said, I spoke with ViStar, because she did make a comment about ViStar charging fees as well. I said, and they said they didn't charge me a fee. And we went over the ledger with the ViStar teller. So at that particular point, she says, yes, you were. I said, oh, excuse me. I said, and like you said, it says on the screen out there that it charges you a fee, and it says such and such and such on the screen. I said, it doesn't. She says, yes, it does. I said, no, it doesn't. She says, yes, it does. I said, no, it doesn't. And she says, yes, it does. I said, woman, it doesn't say anything about a fee. Now she's sitting there stone-faced and flabbergasted. I said, it doesn't say anything about a fee. I've got it recorded. And since you're sitting here trying to argue with me, I think the thing that we should be doing was say, hey, why is he saying to me it doesn't say it when I've reiterated to him that it does? And why are we escalating our conversation here, right? She said, you're going to have to get out of this bank, or something of that nature, right? And was becoming hostile. She says, but you can go ahead and make your deposit. And oh, no. She's getting flabbergasted and said, telling me that I can leave the bank. The lady behind the glass, and she says that she had the authority to send me packing, right? You see, getting even this part of this conversation is getting my cats riled, man. Get my cats riled. So I said, lady called my name, and so I turned to her behind the glass, and she said, do something of the nature. She says, sir, you can make your deposit, or, and then you can go, right? She says, that's it, right? I'm like, okay. So I got two people left to the right of me, and they're creating a hostile interaction at PNC, the PNC at University and Merrill Road. Hostile. My account's overdrawn. I don't like paying fees. But if I'm going to pay one, I need to know. And since you've already made the iteration that I was going to be paid a fee, and the computer screen, which is perfect, not you as a person, right? I want to understand why it doesn't say that, since you say that you know that, and I want us to just at least be able to compare notes so that this type of thing doesn't have to happen. This is what you call a learning opportunity, and it doesn't have to be a learning opportunity in a segment of, in the situation of you're higher up or HR are sitting here in a room with you and I, okay? It can just be two people who have reasonable intelligence, or two reasonable people who are intelligent having a flawless conversation. And then at the end, I go, ha 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 ha, I laugh and I walk away. Not laughter, sarcasm, but laughter like, so nice dealing with you guys today. I'm glad we're able to get to the bottom of that. All right. Okay, yeah. Watch out for those CDs. And I leave. The person behind the counter says to me, you can make a deposit or you can go. And I have the authority to do that. I'm like, wow. So hostility from both sides. I need my money in the bank, put it in, I walk out. I go home, I look up PNC's websites for information, this, that, and everything else like that. And there's no HR related. I found something that was the code of conduct or information that they had. And then there's a number down there. And then the person on that line, they want to know if you're embezzling stuff from the customers. They're protecting, the company's protecting its name. So ultimately what winds up happening is I contact PNC, got a person on the line, and they're a general customer service person, but they can open up and make a specific type file. And today, person called back from whatever that department is, and to speak to me today. Here's the very cute part. And here is what I would call either they were doing what the police do with you, is when a police walks up to your car and they say, hey, at least they do here in Florida, keep it real. Like, do you have any dead bodies in your car? Oh, that's on the screen. Man, I thought I had a crack on my glass. The police ask you, do you have any dead bodies in the trunk, this, that, and the other? And you go, oh, no. Not that I've ever had any in there. Yeah, the lady says to me on the phone, she says, hi. I can't remember if she said her name or anything, but just a note. If you're ever in a conversation or you have a situation going on like this, please be aware of the fact that you're expecting a call. Because when I saw the call, I saw it was PNC, I just picked it up and I started talking. If a person says they've got you on a recorded line, record on your own end, because it can always be called whatever else it is on their side. And you can, no matter what your displeasure is with the conversations, not that I did it, because here's what happens. The lady, the agent person on the other side said, okay, did the person that you speak to, hang on a second. The lady on the other side of the line says, did the person who you're speaking to give you their gnome? No? I mean, huh? Because I don't know what a gnome is. I'm like, what? She says, did they give you their gnome? I'm like, gnome? Yes, their gnome. I'm like, what's that? What's that? Because they don't wear name tags. I didn't recall any name tags. And if so, I was so befuddled by the fact that the situation was happening, and unexpectedly as it was, I didn't look to see if there was a gnome on their name tag. She spelled out N-A-M-E. I said, are you saying name? She says, gnome. Name. Huh? I said, N-A-M-E is name. Is that what you're meaning? She goes, gnome. Yes, name. I'm like, holy cow, man. No, she doesn't give me her name. They didn't give me their names. So we went on with the conversation. And the rest of the conversation I recorded. Deflection tactics. Later on, she made reference to whether it was just that it slipped out or otherwise. And it was after this point that I actually began to record, because I'm like, wow. And I don't want to have to subpoena somebody for a conversation when it's like, just don't be jerks, man. Don't be jerks. Don't be jerks. Don't be jerks. You're not getting paid enough. When they start paying you enough, like, let's say Howard Stern, then you can be a jerk. You know why? Because it's entertainment. Right now, we're dealing with finance. It's not cool. She goes through the conversation. She slips, or whatever way, she says, yeah, sorry that this occurred in such a way like that, and you weren't charged any sort of fees or whatever. Typically the fees are charged on withdrawals of money. And I should say it again, but she wouldn't say it again. That's why I'm saying you should always be recording. After that part of the conversation, we just kind of went on some more. And she says about the person contacts his. I said, and everything is very nonchalant. Great apology, somewhat, but since I've been doing this type of corporate customer service for so long, and it's so ingrained in me, right, from the Great America Online, you're not really doing much except saying, I'm going to take your information and piss off. Politely. Not sending you a set of steak knives. None of that. We go through the conversation some more, and I said, she says, I'm going to pass this information on to the regional manager of the area, and such and such and such. And I said, and who is the regional manager of the area? She says, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm like, okay. I said, well, how can I find out who the regional manager of that search is? Oh, no, there's no way I can get you that information, or you don't have access to the information. Don't call us, we'll call you. And I take that, I buy it, because once again, I don't have time of my own to waste. I could be doing this video, which is already at 23 minutes. What a goofball I am today. And that's a cattail. Dude, you were like all in the camera, man. So, I don't know that I'm necessarily saying there's some systemic culture within PNC to be rude to the customers. I'm not saying that. I don't know if they're all still pissed off because BBVA got bought out and they're just not happy with working for PNC, because I don't know that PNC is bad or otherwise. But I definitely say that this behavior that I've experienced after my number of years with having had the number of years that I did have the BBVA account, never had I had that. Never had I had a consistent pissy reaction from a group of people. this wax on, wax off type thing, or just up in your face, piss off type behavior. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. The only reason I can't close the PNC account is because when I did, because I didn't like the fact that they were charging fees, and I moved it over to ViStar. ViStar, these few months ago, was going through their financial transactions, financial transition or something with their ATM and website, and I got screwed out of my monies because I couldn't keep up with the dates. And when I changed all my auto deposits over, they were paying late or didn't pay. It was just not good. But that's the part where I'm the person who could have paid the $9-10 a month that was going to be starting to be paid at my PNC account, because I get and just lived with it instead of losing at least 100 or better, because I decided to make the switch because I didn't want to pay the service fee. But that's called being an adult. What's not being an adult is arguing with people. What's not being adult is arguing with people, losing an argument, and then threatening them with authoritative actions. Don't do that, man. All right.